picking up oil for my street bike. Wearing a red shirt accidentally at Canadian Tire, as you guys can see. Already been asked 13 different questions about oil. I was able to help everybody. Should work for you probably. They wouldn't pay me enough though.
I'm gonna do totally illegal thing here.
That's not illegal, you're in a parking lot. There he is.
You're letting him go on the road without
Slight regret.
One more?
He says it's so fast. This is the small bike.
Yeah, it's
This
fast.
this one only has 53 horsepower. The other one has 131. Yeah, the red one.
No,
It's not that fast, yeah.
fast like for this big bike.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna remove the rear wheel and then the front wheel in that order, and then we're gonna go get new wheels because my friends took up so much of my time. Not that I'm complaining, but we're gonna go get new wheels put on this thing, hopefully, maybe. Lifting a motorcycle using the axle stands is pretty easy. You go from the rear first, then the front, and if I have ability to add anything for more stability, like a ratchet strap in the rafters, like what I'm doing right now. Ratchet strap attached to the bike. Starting by installing the axle stand in the rear gives you more stability when you go to install the axle stand in the front. And we will be removing the front wheel. Probably one of the more difficult wheels to remove. There's a lot more to it. Starting from the brake calipers, there's two of them, the axle, the bolts, and everything else in between. Got one out, but that's only because I have a ratchet strap attached to the bike. That was for stability. Apparently I needed it because I didn't have the T-stand for the front. So we're gonna put this back on and put the stability back into the beast. Make sure everything's in its place exactly as it came apart. So I can put it all back together. But yeah, that was a very interesting one. I used a spark plug socket to as a Allen key. That was special. Never used the backside of a socket for a spark plug as an Allen key before, but it worked. Who knew? Yeah. Now on to the rear tire. The first thing I do is remove the axle stand, reinstall it further back on the swing arm before the spools. I don't have the adapters with me for the spools to lift it up on that because it would give me more clearance. Then it's the chain guard, loosen up the adjusters. The chain can come off at that point, at which point the axle is also loosened, and you can just pull everything out and pull it all apart very easy in comparison to the front axle and or tire. Both tires are off. Spacer, no spacer. Yeah, nice and solid. Bearings look good. Yeah, crazy. Same with here. That looks good. That looks good. One last look at the bike before I go on the road and get the tires changed. Well, I've made it to the tire place that I found online. Wish me luck. Yep, that's the 500 in the back of the truck. I wanted to see what the date codes are on these. I think the rear is a 2020. So 180 55 ZX17. Date code. So SC4 2012. That's an old tire. And on here, so this is 4520, so the 45th week, 20th year. So this is a 2020 front tire. Okay, so that makes more sense. So this one's probably still decent. I might keep this. But if you look here at the tire, that's okay. That tire there, so the rear tire, you can see how bad that is. And it's right at the wear mark, so that would not pass safety. And this is from 2012. Scary. This one is from 2020, and the wear pattern is pretty daggone good. So we'll keep this tire. 1 hour later. New tires, balanced, installed, ready to rock. Both sets done. Friendly service, can't say much more about it. Now I hit the road. Well guys, it's 48 hours later. Tires are done. Been raining, you can tell. So this is the difference between a new tire, you can see here. That's where the wear marks are, way deep down in the grooves. And over here, you can see the wear marks are, they're almost touching. In some cases, they probably are. Yes, I could have done a mad burnout on this tire. I did not. Makes it a lot harder to take it off. That all being said. Whereas the front tire, as you can see, they're pretty well identical. Obviously, one's dirty and whatnot. And this one doesn't look as bad. It's not even close to the wear bars. This one's obviously brand new, looks gorgeous. And it's also the upgraded version. So you have 120, 70, 17. And R just stands for radial, or ZR is the actual. Z is the speed rating, go like this. And R is the radial. But yeah, looking for the tire date. I'm gonna keep this tire. Turns out these tires are actually the same age. 4th week, 2012th year, and Bob's your uncle. It is the upgraded version of the tire because it's a 70 instead of a 65, which is hard to find, and most companies don't actually make a 17, 65, 120. So the front tire is a 09 22, so it's about a year old, and the rear tire is a 31 week 21. So they're a bit different in age, not a big deal. They look great. We should start with the rear wheel. Basically, we just go in reverse of what we did to take it off. I never used the master link on the chain, so we're going to set everything back into place. The adjusters, the holders of the axle itself, putting it all together with the caliper as it all slides in, and lubricating everything with axle grease as we do it. And then once it's all in and pushed as far into the sway arm, then you can take the chain and go over top of the secondary sprocket, at which point you can start using the adjusters to bring the axle back and you're installed. Now time for the front tire. This tire ended up proving to be a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. It would seem that the front tire is actually wider now than previous, even though they're the same size. Interesting. It's only slightly wider because it can't fit through the calipers. So I decided to take one caliper off. I wouldn't take the second caliper off, but apparently it has a stripped bolt. So I decided not to do that, and I was able to finagle the tire back into place. And I also took the fender off just so that it wouldn't get in my way. This one was the hardest one between the two, and it's probably been the hardest one I've ever had to change in the front, because I'm used to just one caliper, which is very easy to negotiate with. And with having two, you definitely have to remove one side of the calipers to put it all together. Just align the rear tire, always do it on the ground, so you have the weight of the bike. So we're almost about 5/8 to 3/4, as you can see right there, to the 4th mark. Same thing on this side. I know there's a grease everywhere, gotta wipe it all off. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Peace.